Yo, what is good, YouTube? What's up, PlayStation Nation? The JayBari Show is back, just sharing my 2 cents. And yeah, man, we are now on episode 5 of the JayBari Show. And the title of this podcast is A Mind of Your Own. You know what I mean? We got a lot of news to talk about. I can never understand, a lot of podcasts, they would say, it wasn't that much news to talk about this week. Oh, you crazy? There's plenty of news to talk about. I don't know what platform they're playing on. There's plenty of news to talk about, man. But yo, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be introducing a guest very soon, but I just want to give the layout of the show. Like I said, this show is just basically, it's a conversation. Most of the time it's gonna be me myself, but there's gonna be other times where I'm just gonna have, a guest come on. It could be whoever, gonna bring you on, talk about some gaming, you know what I mean, and keep it moving, keep it pushing, you know what I mean. But this is just a free form podcast, man. So I brought my man YoSahop on here, you know what I mean, because I needed the Nintendo guy to come on here because the Nintendo resurgence is high right now. YoSahop, what is going on here, man? But introduce yourself.
Hey,
and
what's going on, everybody? YoSahop, your West Coast gamer. Now I had to get on the show, man. I talked to JayBari. I was like, hey, man, show. I like everything that's going on with it. I think you need to build a Patreon. I see big things going on for this one happening right now. It's on popping. I'm excited to be on here, talk about some games. That's first and foremost. And I gotta let them know about that Nintendo. You know that we back. We back.
I see, man. I see.
And it's just progressing. And you have to admit, everybody looked at that Switch when it dropped. When Nintendo dropped that, that direct about how the Switch was going to be, and it was a console and a handheld at the same time, and a lot of people thought it was DOA. They thought it was dead on arrival. And look at it now. How did you feel about that?
I mean, I didn't think that the Switch was going to be dead on arrival. I kind of figured that the Switch was going to be good. I didn't think it was going to be this, like doing this good, but I thought it was going to do good because just off the strength of having the Wii U wasn't selling as much as far as hardware wise, but it was selling, good as far as the first party. But, similar in the same vein of PlayStation, the PlayStation 3, it's so reasonably well at the end of the generation, but it was definitely a hit for PlayStation, and the Wii U was definitely a hit for Nintendo, but the fan base wasn't going to have that happen again. You know what I mean? So
not at all.
That's why I feel like the Switch was going to be successful regardless.
You know what I think about the PlayStation, and it kind of sucks. PlayStation 3 is I think that a lot of people started gaming towards the mid-cycle to the end cycle of the PlayStation 3 and missed out on some really good gaming, I think a little more before or after the PlayStation 3 dropped, that's when they implemented the trophy system. But that PlayStation 3, I wasn't sold on it at first, especially with it being $600. I wasn't sold on it at first. And then it changed my life. I honestly think the PlayStation 3 changed my life. I got some real good gaming out of there. Real good gaming. I can honestly say that with the Wii U, I think that pad killed the system. Honestly, the pad killed that system.
I mean, yeah, but the Wii U. I think the Wii U was a good console. Just the concept wasn't fleshed out as well as how the Switch is being fleshed out. At the Switch, right away, people is understanding the concept of that. The Wii U was just like, do you want to use the pad or you don't want to use the pad? There's some games are using it. Some people might not like it's forced on you. The Switch is not really at force. You know what I mean? You can just use it.
And that's another thing. I think it was really complicated. Real complicated of a system. You had to add all these USB ports just to use a controller, or to add the GameCube controller ports to it. Is just a little complicated. That's the problem. So
yeah, it was definitely common, and the name too. I think that kind of
hurt
helped with it. But yo, what games you playing throughout the week, man? I always got to ask people what they playing
man.
throughout the week, man.
Well, last night I spent about a good 2-3 hours on that Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse 2.
Okay.
Copped that on the Switch. I at first, starting out, it's really slow, and I was playing it tabletop mode. I ended up putting it on the TV, and it looked a little better. But I don't think it looks too great, and I'm not sure how it runs on the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. But when I finally got to start doing fights, I was hooked on the game. It's amazing. I actually like it. I think the fighting system for Xenoverse 2 is pretty good. So I missed out on that, not playing Xenoverse the first one, and I missed out not playing Xenoverse, just not bringing it. But I knew it was coming to the Switch, so I was like,
what made you miss out on the games when on the platforms that you already had?
My homeboy Rob gave me his Xenoverse. He wanted me to play it. That's the first one. I was like, I didn't have time for it. I didn't have time. I was playing other games. And I was like, I'm not a big Dragon Ball Z fan. And then the fact that for Xenoverse 2 that I can play it anywhere, when I'm at lunch and I'm bored or something, I'm just in a boring setting, I could just pop that Switch out. I could pop that out and just play it. So it kind of gave me a different demographic of like, try the game. So
yeah, I see a lot of people saying that's like the major selling point.
It's a big selling point
for the Switch. I personally, when I had the Switch, I didn't use it at all as far as outside the home. I just felt like it was a little too big, and I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm good with that.
You're like, I'm not getting nobody catching me with this tablet portion of the game, and I understand. Yeah. And it's pretty good though. I like it. Take it everywhere.
The thing is too, for me personally, I felt like in handheld mode was cool, but I couldn't use handheld mode in long durations like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I had to go right to the tabletop with the controller, and I don't even feel real comfortable doing. I mean, it's cool that you can do it, but I would rather just be on the screen and the TV and just play it. But
the TV gamer, I understand. I'm the exact same way. TV guy, I need to play on the TV. I need to see it big.
The options is there, so that's good.
There you got 3 options, so that's awesome with that. And I don't know if you picked up the Pro controller when you had the. I was always thinking like, why did JayBari sell his Switch? Like, he just got his brand new idea. But I heard you explain yourself why you got rid of it, and if I got offered that, I'd have did it too.
Yeah, because they was coming up in the store, so I was like, yo, they restocking, and this dude is willing to pay this amount of money. I was like, yo, I had to hit up my boy Justin. I was like, yo, Justin, man, this is that dude that we met that time. Yo, he's still trying to get this Switch. He's like, I hit you up, let you know. He hit me up. I was like, yeah, he's still really willing to do it. I was like, yo, pick this turn up, bro. Let's get this going.
You got to get your money, man. Yeah, look, it's adulthood over the fanhood. You got to get your money. Got to get that.
It was a cool console, but I was playing it in spurts. But I did have the Pro controller. I think the Pro controller was that's a very good controller. I like that controller a lot.
You might disagree with me because I know you're real big into that DualShock 4, but I'm a big fan of that Pro controller. I think with the way it rests on your hand, it just feels so good that it's probably the best controller that I've used. I know there's some gripes in it that I don't like, but once it's broken in, it's a really good controller. Really good.
Yeah, the ergonomics of the controller, like it felt really good in the hand. My biggest thing is just where the sticks is placed. I like my sticks parallel, man, instead of that whole offset joint. But what else you playing though for the week, man? What else you been playing over there?
All right, so I'm thinking about going to Horizon. I'm just finishing up it's hard because I want to switch between Horizon and Breath of the Wild. I have not beat both of those games, and I got a lot of life stuff going on. Then I'm getting distracted by other games. I'm not going to lie. Of games that I have, and they just keep piling. And I know I'm going to speak on this on the Nintendo fraction of this. I know you understand this. you get one game, and then 10 more hit you out of nowhere. And then the next week, another 5 hits you. Next thing you know, there's about 30-something games for you to play. So that's what's bothering me. But what I've been on, I'm trying to get to that. What I said was I almost say Braveheart. Say that.
Horizon.
I'm talking about Horizon. She remind me of the Braveheart character, the movie. Trying to get on that, and I'm trying to get to Zelda. I want to beat those. Mario come out because when Mario comes out, so that's on my list of plans. So that's definitely this week. But what I've been on heavily the most is Splatoon 2.
Okay,
love that game, love it. I didn't think it would happen with the Wii U version. I thought it was horrible. The game wasn't horrible, but it was just really hard playing with that pad.
Controls. Yeah,
you can't play with that pad. But man, with you put that Pro controller in your hand and you got the gyros feels of it, and you can switch that however you want to. It's just so quick. The ducking and dodging in there, the tactics for that game, the salmon run for it. Woo, man, I don't understand. That game is good. So I've been on that a lot. Got a lot of hours in that game. So I'd say that's my number one most played game going on right now. And then I've been on Double Dragon. That dropped for me. I've been on that. Some Zelda. Been on that. Been on some Mario Kart.
The Switch.
That's about it.
Switch got some stuff, man. I mean, right now I gotta get respect when it's due. I didn't think. I mean, I'm not gonna say I didn't think, but the pacing of them releasing their first party games and even third party games is pretty on point, man.
I have a problem with that, though. I have a big problem with that. I think that Nintendo dropping those games so fast is going to hurt some other games. For example, ARMS. ARMS isn't getting the playtime that it wants, and Nintendo just keeps giving these free characters, these free stadiums, these free updates. Most games that try and charge you DLC packs for to get people to play it. And there's people playing it, but they're not playing it like they're playing Mario Kart or Zelda or even Puyo Puyo Tetris. People are on those. They're not playing it like that, like Splatoon, because as soon as Splatoon dropped, it was goodbye ARMS. I was sitting there thinking, like, man, they should have dropped that game in 2018. It's a new IP. Let it build some character to it. Let it build some style. And I think that was a bad move. And you got a lot of games dropping this month alone. You got a lot of games dropping this month.
Yeah, ARMS. Month. I mean, ARMS is a new IP, new fighting game. It's gonna be. It's always gonna be a hard sell to sell a new fighting game. But
one more game I've been on. I've been on that Ultra Street Fighter 2. I've been playing that, just make sure that my fingers ready, getting my buttons ready, make sure I got my combos ready. That way, when Zobi 70 finally accepts my challenge, he gonna get them hands.
Zobi don't.
That's all I got to say. He gonna get them hands. Yeah, this ain't no lightweight.
The thing is that pissed me off with that game. I didn't play it yet. I didn't touch it yet, but from what I'm hearing, they got one button supers in there, like it's a mobile game. You know what I mean? I'm like, what?
You literally, for that game, I understand what you're talking about. Literally, for that game, in order for that super to be released for that one button, you have to configure the controller settings. And if I see you configuring the controller settings and doing that, we're not playing the game.
Oh, so
you better do that special. You have to configure the controller settings. And one thing I kind of like and don't like at the same time is that when you cut the game off or start a new game, the controller settings never stay. So you always have to configure it automatically as soon as you turn the game back on. So it gives you a little. I don't like that. You have to keep doing that. But at the same time, somebody want to get their little cheat on and trying to do those. You know, when you go over somebody's house and they got all their stuff preset, and you wonder why they beating you so bad, even though you've been playing the same game that they've been playing, but they got a preset, kind of like how NBA Live was in 08 and 07, where you can up the Raiders skills for a team or players.
Oh, yeah, people. I remember people used to doing that.
And then you sit here using the Miami Heat
and all that.
Yeah, using the Miami Heat, wondering why Brad Miller's shooting threes like he Ray Allen.
Yeah,
you know? So so people could do stuff like that.
I remember a tournament. I didn't play in the tournament, but there's a tournament going on between, was it Live or 2K? One of them joints. And one of the dudes, I don't know how he did it, but he got caught with turning up his his stats or whatever to make him shoot better than every.
I remember that. I remember that. I know what you're talking about.
He got busted.
That was a while ago.
He got busted in the school, though. And people was tight. People was tight, man, because he was like, "You wasting my time. We playing all these minutes in the game, man. And we caught you cheating." It was crazy. It was about to go.
How long ago was that? That was
back when I was in like college. That was back in it was a long time ago.
Was it your tournament?
Yeah, it was a tournament in the dorms in the men dorm that we was in.
I could have sworn somebody, maybe it got national news because I've heard of something like that before. That's funny. But that's complete cheating. 100%. I can't play like that. So I'm kind of glad that, you can look at what somebody's doing on screen, like, nah, you think you're gonna use those one button supers. We can't play the game, bro, till you get it right. Gotta be right. That's how it is. So, and you can't do it online. So if somebody was one punch supering me online, I know, like, you cheating. Ain't no Giles super is not easy to do. I know that already.
So the charge, yeah, I'm not a charge dude, man. I'm not a charge dude.
If you hitting that real with ease, I'm like, hey, man, some wrong.
When it comes to Street Fighter stuff, man, with the show those, I know some tricks, man, that would definitely frustrate people.
Mm-hmm. So it's definitely some spamming stuff in there. It's pretty hard to, and I watch Maximilian a lot, and there's some spamming going on up in with that Violent Ken.
Oh yeah, Violent Ken.
He pretty unstoppable. I always thought Akuma was unstoppable. Everybody want to use Akuma. Every game you got, even Azura's Wrath, people want to use Akuma. And
Akuma is that dude though, because they got the air fireball.
But Violent Ken done took his spot when it came to that Ultra Street Fighter 2. That's everybody want to use.
He got the dash, right? Oh,
he got that dash and that Shoryuken, man. That
it's punishable.
Like it can hit you. It's very.
Because I watch Max videos too, and I'm like, yo, you can definitely punish that. You can probably light kick, crouch and light kick to that to punish it.
I think Balrog can give him a little problem and stuff. You just stay low with that low jab. I think he could give him a little problems. You just got to be real consistent and have some good timing. That's my only thoughts on that one. Maybe Sagat. I think Sagat's too slow for him, honestly, just because of the range. But man, that's what I'm talking about. I love gaming topics, man. I love gaming topics. I love talking about video games and gaming topics. It just feels good.
Yeah, we about to talk about this right here. Going into like the news and stuff. So today, basically before today, Rockstar, they hyped up the Red Dead Redemption 2 trailer, with the quick little tweet saying, a certain time and a date, trailer's coming. But did you get to watch the trailer? Did you get to catch it?
I did. I watched it today at lunch. I never beat Red Dead Redemption 1. It's one of them games like Grand Theft Auto where I try and go through the story and I just get lost and just BS around.
Yeah.
I think with this one I'll probably take it a little bit more seriously. But needed more with that trailer. It gave you just a little bit of the story, a little bit of what was going on. I think that was the first trailer that they should have dropped when they had announced it. Remember when social media wise that they were like, we got a big announcement with Red Dead Redemption, and it wasn't that big. So
they were showing scenery and
yeah, I think this is the trailer that should have dropped, and then we should have been getting a second trailer by now. But Rockstar's not threatened. Look at Grand Theft Auto. Look at that right now. Ain't no game outselling that game right now. So they're not threatened at all.
Yeah,
so
I personally felt like that trailer. It was a bad trailer, honestly. I don't know if Rockstar is coming complacent, but that trailer right there. I mean, yeah, it's cool. We got to see the graphics. It looks good. The game looks good. But if you're gonna drop a trailer like that, you basically was just showing parts of the game, and it just made me more confused because I don't know what's the focus. Like, what is the true story? Is there like is a revenge plot? What is going on here? You're just showing stuff. You know what I mean?
All I seen was characters. That's all I seen, honestly.
Chick, was saying that she trusted a few guys, and then they're dudes pointing guns. I was like, what's the trailer focus? Like normally when you're trying to show like a story trailer or something like that, there's like a focus that you're trying to present to everybody. But it was just like a smorgasbord. It was just a mosh pot of this cut scenes in there. I don't know what the hell is going on with that. That was very.
I'm confused with you. I 100% agree. All I can do is just point out characters. You got the big mountain. They're like, hey, they beat us in the desert. They made us cross the mountains. That's all I got. A couple of shots. Dude getting roped off the horse. Got the girl that was in there. Something I noticed in there, it looks like they shaded a lot of the textures for the characters. Like it looks a lot more shaded. That's what it seemed like. That's something I noticed in there. But other than that, I'm just left confused. Like it's just Red Dead Redemption. So I don't. They didn't give me anything to. It looked good. They didn't give me anything to be like. If you would have asked me like, hey, what are you picking up story wise from this? So like I don't know.
I wouldn't honestly. Only thing I can say is I can go for like the benefit of the doubt that it is Rockstar. I'm pretty sure they're going to have a good fleshed out story. But this trailer did not do whatever job they try to convey. It did not do it. It did not do it.
I think that they need to release another trailer in a month. Maybe more towards November. When does the game drop? Is it next year or this year?
That's another thing. They didn't give a release date. You pretty much gave 2 teaser trailers. Then you gave like your first like full trailer, and
that one made no sense. The first trailer, I didn't understand.
Yeah, there's no release date. It's still like spring or something like. I mean, like, I don't know, man. It's just a lot of anticipation for this game. I just feel like. I don't know if they're still confident that it will come out in spring. They just pretty much.
I got a question for you. Are you really anticipated about that game? Think of your 2018 lineup coming out right now. Is it really a pressure for you to be like, hey, Rockstar, I need this date. I need this now?
Not for me personally. I mean, I think that the first game was really good. I mean, not the first game, but Redemption was really good. But as far as games that I'm super hyped for 2018, that game is not even in the top 5. Personally, I'm going to get it, but it's not in the top 5. But I'm just saying overall, like in the gaming, community, the anticipation for that game is really high. You know what I mean? And they still let people down without having a release date. Not personally for me, but I'm just speaking in general.
There should have been a release date. It seemed like it's a 2018 game, and I think that's the date that they should have released it on. Because if they would have released it this year, I think that it would have really hurt the Xbox One X brand. That's what I think it would have done. Because it would have had to run the exact same way as the PlayStation. And, the Xbox One X is supposed to have this 4K sub power of a system, so it should be running better on that console in general. So I think that them dropping it in 2018 gives it, like, hey, I need to work on this per console. And let's say like it even happens to drop on the Switch, they can work on it per console because each console has a different style of gameplay towards it.
Yeah, so I think the Xbox One version is going to be the better version for the game, but you're just not going to get to see that version. PlayStation it seemed like they're very, tied down with that marketing deal. But they did.
I was going to say
they did make it clear as far as what platforms. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I didn't see the PC. I didn't see even the Switch on there.
No, it definitely said PlayStation and Xbox One. So, and the first time I saw the trailer was on the PlayStation. PlayStation was the first. I saw it through Twitter. I saw it through Facebook. That's the first place that I've seen those at. So I didn't see. I know it's. I checked. I was curious. I was like, did Xbox even market? Did they even market this game? And I see a lot of people sharing it through PlayStation as well. I'm like, did Xbox even market this game? And I went on their page and they're actually marketing it. They're showing it, but it just don't seem like it's like getting the buzz off of it. So it seems like definitely it seems like it's a PS4 game to me. That's how I'm looking at it.
I think Xbox, I don't know if Xbox can even put up the trailer on their YouTube channel. I'm not sure if it's on there, but most likely probably tomorrow they probably have the trailer up there for the YouTube channel. But Yeah, PlayStation was like the first people to have it there. But they might have it on there. I'm not sure. I didn't check.
I haven't checked their YouTube yet, but I know they have it everywhere elsewhere. And then, of course, controllers.
Microsoft gonna sneak some way out of Sony's marketing deals, like with Destiny and everything else. So
it's a third party game. I expect them to at least show that, because that's all they have. That's it.
Yeah, man. We gonna see, but let's go and talk about this real quick. It's something I like to do, where I put PlayStation Plus against Games Will Go, and it's funny now. Now I've seen a lot of people start to put this stuff against each other. I remember when we was doing it on the Council podcast. Everybody was like, "Why the hell you're doing it? Does it even matter?" I remember the comments was going crazy. But now I'm seeing YouTube channels is making videos, PlayStation Plus versus Xbox Games Will Go. And I pull the article, what the article is doing it now. But here's the list of the PlayStation Plus games for October. Is Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain, Amnesia Collection for PS4. Those are both PS4. Hustle Kings for PS3. Monster Jam Battlegrounds PS3. Hue for PS4 and Vita, and Skyforce Anniversary for PS4 and Vita. And they still have rigs there for free. That's going to continue within October. So you do get a VR game for free, and it's a very good VR game. One of my favorites to play. In October for Xbox Games Will Go, you have Gone Home, the console edition, Xbox One. The Turn-In Test for Xbox One. Then you have Rayman 3 HD, Xbox 360, but it's going to be available for Xbox One through backwards compatibility. Then you have Medal of Honor Airborne for Xbox 360, and the same deal with the backwards compatibility with Xbox One. In your opinion, which do you think is a better offering or value, in your opinion, for this month?
Oh man! All right, so this month, let me get into previous months really quick. Xbox Gold they've been killing it with some of these games, but this month looks really. Do you really want to play Medal of Honor again?
I didn't like that Medal of Honor. The Medal of Honors that I like was on PS1, man.
It's an Xbox One backwards compatibility, actually. And then not Xbox One, but Xbox 360 backwards compatibility. That's what it's showing. Rayman HD, Xbox 360 backwards compatibility. The Turing Test, I've never heard of that game. And Gone Home.
I think that's new. I don't know if that's new, but I never heard of it either. It might be new.
I've never heard of Gone Home as well.
No, Gone Home I heard of. PlayStation also offered Gone Home like a couple of months back.
But they beat them to the punch on that. That's the sad part.
The industry liked that game. I never played it. I have it in my library. I didn't even download it yet, but everybody's saying, as far as reviews and all that, it's a great game. It's a short game, but I didn't play it yet. It's one of those games that you're walking around trying to figure out stuff.
Just figuring out. Okay, so my thing is, they released these games, especially the backward compatibility games. They released these games I don't think they're going to get played. Honestly, they're free. That's fine.
You on Xbox still, right?
I do have an Xbox still, unfortunately.
How is the games will go as far as the backwards compatibility? Is those games available right away with the games will go, or you got to wait a little bit?
Let me use an example, like Black Ops 2.
Yeah.
Something like that. When they announced it, it was available right away as soon as they announced it.
Okay. I just wanted
there was a lag when you play online, though, like a big lag. You might as well go back to your 360 and play it. And Left 4 Dead 3. But here goes the thing, and let's be honest about backwards compatibility, because I'm a Nintendo gamer, and I'm used to backwards compatibility. you just want it for convenient that you can get rid of your old system, you know. But at the same time, you're not going to go back to those games. So, I'm a big fan of Left 4 Dead.
It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard for you to go back to the games if you're being offered new games.
Yes, it's not happening. I'm looking at Metal Gear Solid 5 right now for PlayStation Plus, and that alone even the PlayStation games that's coming out, you might have a little bit more experience with these games, but that alone right there is big. It's real big. So I like the fact that they're bringing out big games. Oh, let me get back to the Xbox one. They dropped for your question, they dropped Bayonetta, the first one for games with Gold, and it was only they only kept it up for like 5 days or something like that. It wasn't even for the full month, I believe. I think it was like 5 days, I want to believe.
Oh yeah, Xbox they have a period, like I think it's like 15 days. The first 15
15 days,
first half or something like that.
Yeah, that's kind of whack. Leave it up for the month, man, you know? So, but I think that's pretty good that people can go back and play a game like that, Bayonetta, that was on the 360. And it was free, so you got the free download for it. But the Metal Gear Solid 5 alone just kills the game, because I've never played it. And now that it's free, I'm like, ooh, let me go download this real quick.
Yo, Metal Gear Solid 5 is a good game, but I wouldn't even call it like a Metal Gear game. You know what I mean? Like, yo, there's some good aspects to the game. You know, it's open world now and all that stuff, but it doesn't feel like that closed, you know, interactive experience like a Metal Gear. It has all the tropes, all the stuff that you can do with Metal Gear. But when I talk about that, I'm like, yo, I put like 80 some hours in this game. I ain't beat it yet, right? But I didn't really encounter like a true like boss fight. You know what I mean? I did have one boss fight, but you know what I mean? It was so far between, you know what I mean? It was like it didn't feel like a Metal Gear game. You know what I mean? It's just like, you know, Metal Gear, you have this boss, then, you know, you work your way up, then you get to this boss, you know, you're progressing the boss. You're having conversations, you know, on your radio. You're not really doing that in this game. You're pretty much just out there yourself chilling. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. But no, it's still a good game though. I still think it's a good game that people should play. But just when you compare it to the other Metal Gears, I just feel like it's lacking that Metal Gear feeling, in my opinion. But it's still a cool game.
You know what? A game I think is a worth try and is free is that Amnesia game. That seems like it's like an Outlast type of game, like a Silent Hill, Resident Evil type of game. You play that?
No, I didn't play Amnesia. I know a lot of there's so many times this game was like on sale and all that stuff, and a lot of people was like, "Yeah, you should play. You should play. It's really dope stuff." But I didn't play it.
You know what's really hard? You know what's really hard to do though? When you got a lot of games to play, it's really hard to be like, man, I know I want to play it and it's on sale, but I got 10 more games I need to tackle. I got these I need to tackle.
Yeah,
so
man.
It's free now, so you can take it and throw it in your backlog. Boom, there you go.
Yeah, like this month right here, I'm gonna actually benefit because there's a lot of months with PlayStation Plus where I already had the games already. Like, I don't have Skyforce, I don't have Hue, I don't have Amnesia Collection, so I'm actually gonna benefit from that. Amnesia looks pretty dope. I'm looking at it right now.
Amnesia, yeah, I was looking at that, and it looks like it has that Outlast looking feel to it, and like some like Silent Hill, Resident Evil to it. Now, what is Hue? What is that?
Hue's one of them like platformer games. Look like Limbo. Skyforce Anniversary, that looks dope because that's like an old school, you know, top down kind of like those you know, those ship games where you're shooting off, like, you know, similar as like the old school Star Fox games is looking like. Not as polygon as Star Fox, but that's what it's looking like. But I don't know what's turning tests. I know I like Rain Man games. This Medal of Honor, I didn't think this Medal of Honor was good. But Gone Home, I already have that on PlayStation.
That's probably why it's free. I think that lineup wise for those I think PlayStation got the most playable games out of those, to be honest. But I mean, Rayman and Medal of Honor, like they're free, but nobody's going to play it. And let me tell you why I know nobody's going to play those games. The Xbox people don't even look forward to those. They don't look at them. They didn't even know Bayonetta was on there for free. They didn't even know. So the thing with that is I don't think those games will get played. And I don't think it's a loss for Microsoft. Microsoft can throw Rise on there for free for people that have never played it, and they probably won't even know that it's on there for free. Because one thing that's for sure is that interface through like PlayStation, even Nintendo, interface through those or the 3DS. They flat out tell you what's going on with their program, and then the Xbox dashboard is just so confusing. I don't understand. That's why I always called it Gotham City. It didn't make sense to me.
Yeah, with the Xbox, it was like the games were gold or anything gold is like in this one little box area. You know what I mean?
And it's real little down in the bottom, like you don't see it. It's so easy to skip past it. So that I think that they can advertise it a little bit better, you know, just so people play. But I don't think nobody's going to play the games. A lot of people that play on the Xbox console focus more on sports and shooters. So I see
that's that audience, you know what I mean. But I'm agreeing with that. I do think PlayStation Plus is much better. And I know people going, "Oh, you're a fanboy." I'm just calling how it is.
No, look.
Xbox.
I agree.
Xbox for the last, well, not the last 2 months, but this month right here is pretty weak. And the thing is, the reason why it's weak because a lot of people was tweeting out that this is going to be Devil May Cry and some other game. It was 2 dope games that was coming out for Xbox One. Oh, Shadow of War. A lot of people was tweeting out, "Oh, October game is going to be lit for Xbox." I was like, "Oh, damn!" People was writing articles about it. And then when this got announced, I was like, it was just like the Price is Right thing. Doom, doom, to doom. I was like,
yeah, that had to hurt. Medal of Honor backward compatibility for the Xbox 360. When's the last time you played a Medal of Honor game?
I did play the Medal of Honor on PS3, but I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all.
It's the same game, right?
I don't know. I don't know which one it was. I don't know if it was Airborne. It was. I know they had probably like 2 or 3 of them on them. But
the last time a Medal of Honor game has been relevant to me, this is just to me, my personal feeling about it, is on PlayStation 2. That's the last time it's been relevant because to be honest, Call of Duty kind of killed that audience.
Yeah, Call of Duty washed that up. Yeah, I was huge on Medal of Honor on PS1, man. Like the first one, the Underground, I think it was called.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's 3 of them on PlayStation 1. I love those games, man. I be playing them shits on the Vita sometimes. It's rough.
That's what they for, especially with like a handheld like the Vita. Like you just get the games you're not finna waste your time on at the house console wise. I just don't see you putting that on a 55 and up inch TV and playing PlayStation 1 games. It's not gonna happen.
Nah, it's not happening. But let's move along real quick. Before we get to the Pokken and Marvel vs. Capcom, I want to talk about this Fortnite Battle Royale. A lot of Fortnite news going on, a lot of controversy because a lot of people saying that Fortnite Battle Royale is just a carbon copy of PUBG and all that stuff. But have you tried Fortnite yet or PUBG?
I have not tried PUBG because I'm not a PC gamer, but I've watched it. And then I said PUBG, right?
Yeah.
Fortnite, I have not played it. I honestly doubt that I actually downloaded it. It's free to play, right? Ain't it free to play?
Yeah, it's free to play.
I doubt that I actually get to it, but the person I am, the gamer that I am, even if I'm not playing a game, like I would, like when football's on, I turn on my YouTube. I watch you guys stream. I watch them. I be watching them. That one view that some people be having on their views, that could possibly be me. I watch people game because I need to know. I would rather watch people of my peers that I know of playing something than just me jumping in like Maximilians and watching, So I watched the homeboy Demi. I watched him stream it last night. It seemed like it was pretty fun. It seemed like the communication was there. One thing I did hear about Fortnite though is that it didn't have voice it didn't have a voice chat in the game, not like the PlayStation chat, but it didn't have a game voice chat.
Yeah,
that's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that but I just want to give my impressions real quick on it.
Oh yeah,
like on Twitter, yeah, you know, I was messing around with people because I like to just see how people think, especially when I use certain words. I just want to, you know, like I will say, yo, fuck PUBG or Fortnite's better.
I fell victim to that one time. I seen you put some slander on that Zelda. Whoa, pump the brakes.
Oh, yeah.
Pump the brakes, bro.
The mod one that I put up.
Yeah, like, whoa, pump the brakes,
yeah,
man.
I was driving back and I seen somebody post like a Goku mod for Zelda. They had Goku and Flying Nimbus. So I was like, yo, let me get some fanboys real quick on this.
Hey man,
well, PUBG though, and I never played PUBG, but yo, honestly, watching it, yeah, I see people have some hype moments in there, but the overall time that people have been streaming that game, the 2 hours, 3 hours, it has been real, you know, it's been real boring. There might be little highlights in there that's going on. Fortnite, well, PUBG seemed like it's a little bit more, you know, like a simulation type, you know, shooter. But Fortnite is more arcadey, more free flowing, and just even before I even played it, just even watching people, I just sense mad excitement from it. And I'm just people's initial response going on. I'm like, yo, this game is looking way more exciting than PUBG. So when I finally played it last night, yo, I was having mad fun with it. And it even had some server issues. Demi put up on you know, in the chat on Twitter, he tagged me. He was like, yo, yeah, the server's gonna be down for like probably 20 to, you know, a half an hour. And yo, I didn't even stop the stream. I was like, yo, I don't want to stop playing right now. You know what I mean? We're just gonna talk, and then, you know, when this joint kick back on, we're gonna play. That's how much fun it was, man. It was really fun.
But I got a question. Real quick.
Yeah.
Because PUBG is 100 on 100, right? Isn't it 100 on 100?
Yeah, it says 100 people on one map.
How is it for
Battle Royale? Is the same thing with Fortnite. It's 100 people, and you just drop in. You drop in similar to like how PUBG does it. This one's just a little bit more, you know, I guess faster from what people saying, and then you just go at it. But it's similar to like PUBG too, as far as they're going to give you these zones that you got to keep moving on just to keep the game going, instead of just having everybody on one map. And, you know, that will probably take forever. I would like a mode like that though, honestly. You know what I mean? But I do like the, you know, keep into it, you know, a zone area. That's fine as well. But the game is just fun, man. It's fun. And the thing with Fortnite, they have a building aspect to it. So like, say, you know, if you collect enough materials, you can even just build your own house or build your own fort, or, you know what I mean, try to protection. It's going to be hard to do, but you can do it. There's a round that I was playing where this dude, he pretty much built like his own like house fort, right? And then I couldn't even get up on him because he took out his steps, like he destroyed the steps. And that at that time I didn't know how to like build, or I wasn't like focused on building or anything like that. So I'm like, yo, how the hell do I get up to this dude, man? How the hell do I get up to this dude? And you know, he ended up winning because somebody sniped me from afar, and then he sniped the person that sniped me. You know what I mean? And he ended up winning. But yo, it was just crazy that he had his plan, you know, ready with all his materials built up and all that stuff. From what I see with PUBG, you can't do that.
No. So I was going to question that because what I watched with PUBG, it just seemed like people just camp. What's the mobility between PUBG and Fortnite? What's the mobility for it?
All right, so check this. Well, PUBG, Fortnite, people can't. But like, say you do spot somebody. There's a session where it was me, Demi, Michi, and K Semi. We saw some dudes K Semi spotted some dudes in a house. So they was building up. They was trying to build up their force and whatever. But I think Demi had like a rocket launcher. So K Semi was letting us know, like, yeah, they in that house. They building up something. All right, you want to camp up there? Demi had the grenade launcher. He fired some grenades up in there and blew their shit up. You know what I mean? Like, yo, everything is destructible in this game, and you just when you blow stuff up like a house or whatever, or break it down, you're collecting the items. You know what I mean from it. So that aspect alone, like yo, you're safe, but you're not safe. You know what I mean? Where I guess in PUBG, you can't really blow up like houses and stuff like that, but you know you got to sneak around and get to that person or whatever. But
I honestly like I watched it because during the time the Switch came out, I had certain folks, you know, tell me PUBG was better than The Legend of Zelda. I'm like, yeah, ain't nothing better than The Legend of Zelda this year. I'm sorry, that's the game for 2017. I had to check it out. You know, you got to look at stuff. You got to check it out. And me not having a PC, you know, I'm gonna sit there and watch a story. I will at least give it a 30-minute to an hour watch. That way, I can see what's going on. Time I watched PUBG, I was just bored, like complete bored. This dude literally sat there sprawled out on his stomach for about 10 to 15 minutes and just talking. Yeah. He had a big stream too on Twitch. Had a real big stream going on. Like
watching really, that, bro.
Watching him. They really watching him just sprawl out and not do nothing. He didn't take no shots, nothing. All he did was just kept like scoping out just to see if he would see anybody. That's all he was doing. I was like, this is boring. Pure boredom. You
know what's to sum it up with PUBG and Fortnite. You know, in PUBG when they're showing the trailers, you know, people was running around with frying pans and sniping and doing all that stuff. It showed like it's like real action packed. That's what you're getting with Fortnite. You know what I mean? That's what Fortnite is. What PUBG is showing.
You know the buzz that Fortnite's going to get over PUBG, and I find it funny because PUBG tried to copyright their game. They tried to copyright it to where nobody else can play that style of game.
Yeah,
are y'all stupid?
They know legal actions. They're trying to take legal actions with Epic with Fortnite.
Do they really think that they're going to win that? Because SOCOM existed. SOCOM did exist. So and when there was a big battle, I think SOCOM had like 30 on 30. Correct me if I'm wrong. For the PS3 before the servers went down.
Yes.
It was like 30 on 30, wasn't it?
Yeah. I don't remember if it was 30 on 30, but SOCOM was pretty big lobbies.
It was real big. It was big.
Yeah.
And I think that was pretty good, but I think they need to look at that SOCOM and be like, hey, we might not be able to win this one because Fortnite. I think it hurts them. Fortnite's free, and the fact that it is on a console. So I kind of like that with Fortnite because they're going to rush PUBG to the console now. They can't stall it out no more because as long as Fortnite's free and on a console, it's going to be popular. I know PC people, they're going to be on the game. You know, they love that or whatever.
I really feel, PUBG is going to be popular. PUBG is a phenomenon. I'm not knocking PUBG at all. I don't think PUBG is a bad game. I just feel like from what I'm seeing and from what I've played with Fortnite, I just think Fortnite for me is the better game. And it's not just because, people was hitting me up like, oh, you're just saying it because PUBG ain't coming to it's not coming to PlayStation and all that stuff.
Yeah,
I hate when people say that stuff because like I can easily just go and get an Xbox. That is nothing to me. I can just go get one. You know what I mean? Yeah. Or I can get a PC or whatever. Like so that's really nothing to me. But Fortnite is not an exclusive to PlayStation 4. So you know what I mean? If I'm this big Sony fanboy that people are trying to pervade with me that's hyping up Fortnite. It's also on Xbox and PC. You know what I mean? So I don't get people argument or people, comment with. I just play the game. Yeah, I didn't play PUBG, you know what I mean? But just looking at it, I feel like the game is boring. You know what I mean? If you enjoy it.
I like how the weapons were just sitting out. I think it was Demi. I was watching him and he had to do like this 3-tier climb just to get this weapon box. I thought that was pretty good. Like you actually had to battle use your mind to be able to go ahead and get that weapon box. And I thought that was pretty cool. I'm not sure how they do that in PUBG. I don't care for it too much in PUBG, but what also brings the likeliness of that Fortnite is that, especially with a person like me who played Nintendo type of games, I like the colorization of it. And I like the quirky look of it a little bit. So I think that right there is going to bring some more demographical gamers to it. That's the difference.
Yeah, I like their stakes, but there are updates coming to the game. You got voice chat. You just mentioned they saying that's a priority on their list where they're gonna include that. They talk about Discord as a substitution, like PlayStation and Xbox don't have their own party chat. They saying when you're gonna introduce character customizations, that stuff is coming as far as like skins and all that stuff is coming. New weapons will be coming. The ability to switch positioning to left shoulder to right shoulder, that is coming as well. I felt like that was an issue sometimes where that got me killed, where I couldn't be able to switch to like my left or right shoulder. And that got me killed sometimes where people is coming from a certain angle and they in the advantage. So I feel like that's a huge update that they need to add in there. First party option. I mean, not first party, first person. That's not coming. Cosmetics will be free. Some cosmetic they said will be free. But basically the leaderboards and stats is coming as well. They're saying that there's updates is coming and people will do it. They asking if you want to I want to drive around with it. Right now we don't have any immediate plans for vehicles. We have done some me personally, I think vehicles will be cool.
Is the map big enough though?
The map is big. The map is big.
So you probably need vehicles for sure.
I feel like you run pretty fast in this game too, man. But just adding the vehicles will be cool. But you run pretty fast in this game. You know what I mean? And they said more maps will come to the game as well. So it's good that they're talking about this stuff with updates. And remember, this game is just a free to play game. It's a free to play game, man. So
that's my my big intent on it is free. So it's hard to complain about it, right now. And eventually they're going to start charging like $5 for this pack, $5 for that pack, $20 for this whole pack. I'm pretty sure they'll start doing that if they haven't started doing it already. Other than that, I mean, it's a free to play game. All right. So question with that, would you rather it be a game that you pay for $30 like PUBG or where you have to like buy your own individual packs?
Yo, honestly, I'm gonna tell you like this: if this game wasn't a free-to-play game, I would have tried because Fortnite been out for a minute as far as the other mode, the play against environment mode. But due to the fact that it was free-to-play, I downloaded. People suggested like, yo, you need to download this bar. Download. I was like, I'm downloaded, and I played it. But after playing it now, I can honestly say, like, yeah, I can give them $30 for this game. I think the game was pretty good. I see myself playing this game, a lot because it was mad fun. You know what I mean? Like I said, the servers went down a little bit last night, and I didn't turn the game off. I was like, yo, I'm gonna wait the half an hour, and I want to play the game some more. You know what I mean? So I would, if they had something where, all right, guys, the free to play was just a trial or whatever. You got to pay $30 for the game now. I'm like, I pay it. I thought the game is pretty fun.
It got you hooked into it. I think they should leave it free for a couple of months just to get people hooked into it. Because it's getting a big draw.
It's a free. I'm just saying what ifs, but it's a free to play game. They said it's free to play. The only thing that they're charging is for like cosmetic stuff. Like if you want other things, I see like some packs they have on there. Some crazy ass. They got a pack that's $150, but that applies to like the both modes of the game. It's crazy, but I don't think you need to pay anything. It's just fun. Just get in there and play it. It's fun.
That's how it should be. But if I was gonna make a choice to play them because I'm on console, I guess I'm gonna have to go with the. Fortnite because I'm not getting a PC anytime soon right now.
Yeah, when PUBG drops, is going to get interesting. When it drops on console, it's going to get interesting because now on Xbox, people can decide, should I play the free-to-play, battle royale game, or should I pay that $30 for the?
I think they're going to go for PUBG just for the. They're going to go for that just because of the graphical era, and I think the graphics that's what they're looking for. The 4K system mode. They're gonna look for those graphics. So I think that's where they're gonna go to. The PUBG. They'll pay for that. They love their shooters on the Xbox, man. You can't deny them on that. They love those shooters.
Yeah, they do love the shooters. I think it's gonna be a hard sell for PUBG on Xbox when you have Fortnite. Honestly, because Fortnite, that game is just running well. It looks good. You know what I mean? From what I'm hearing with PUBG, that is still some issues with the game. Like I said, I'm not experiencing none of these stuff, but I'm just hearing the stuff, but we'll see. It's going to be interesting. But yo, moving along, man, I want to talk about this where everybody was getting crazy, especially the Nintendo fanboys out there on Twitter, because they saw an article, Pokken Tournament DX beats out Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
That ain't the only game.
In the UK sales charts. Well, I mean, those were like the newer games. How do you feel about that, man? What do you have issues with Marvel vs. Capcom? Would you purchase Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite?
I looked at it. I watched. Shout out to homeboy Chuck. I watched him streaming some of it, and I think that he says it's faster, but I think it looks a little slowed down, and it just don't seem like a whole lot of a complicated game. I eventually will buy it when it's $30 or I might just wait because I got this huge feeling that they're going to bring an ultimate version of that game, like they do best. That's how Capcom works. So I'll eventually get it. That's for sure. I don't have any plans on it right now, and it's not because I don't like the game. It's because I don't have time for the game. I got other games to play right now, but I think that it actually looks good. I think it beat the game fighting wise, not like the graphical wise, or the character wise, but fighting style wise. That's what I like in it. I think that looks really good, and I would suggest someone if they like that type of game to get it. It's not all about the characters that they're missing, the Wolverine and Cyclops and all those guys. Cable. You know, Cable's not in there, right? They didn't put Cable in there, right?
Cable not in there, man.
Yeah, so that's. I don't think they're missing. I think people are missing out on that because of those. They want to get rid of that, and I would personally get it, but it's hard to compare a game like that to Pokken. Like if you compare a fighting game like Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite that got off on a bad foot when they dropped that demo, and even the hardcore fighting fans found a problem with it and they didn't like it, and they were like canceling pre-orders and saying that they weren't going to get the game. They eventually, some of them got it because, you know, the urge and thirst be real sometimes for games. But I think even the hardcore gamers for that play the fighters like that, hardcore fighting games, they were giving it a bad taste, and that'll give somebody like that's interested in the game like a mindset of like, maybe I should hold off on it, you know. Pokken has been big for a long time, and they're releasing the better version of the Wii U version on the Switch, where you can play it anywhere that you want to go, and you always have 2 controllers to whoop ass anywhere that you want to go as well. So, and they have the tournament edition on there that, you know, that's been really big in Japan. So I see why that sold more. I see why it did more, but it's just not Pokken that beat that game out in sales. Not just Pokken. I think that it got a bad hype. I feel bad for Marvel vs. Capcom, but this is a Capcom thing. But I do know how you can get those sales on there. Want to ask me how?
What, X-Men?
No. Oh, no. You ain't even got to put the X-Men on there.
What's
Same
that?
thing. And I know you see me tweet them. I tweet Lawbreakers all the time. I tweet them. There's some tweets that I'm adamant about, and I let them know at least 3 times a week. I at least tweet it to these people. I tweet to the NFL that they need to take the Pledge of Allegiance out of the NFL. And I tweet to Phil Spencer and them when they're going to get more games. Okay. And then I tweet to Lawbreakers, and I've been tweeting recently to Capcom that if they put their game on the Switch, they will definitely see the sales that they're looking for. I guarantee it. I bet that I normally don't like to make bets like this because I think they're kind of lame. It's kind of hard to control someone else's dollars, you know. But I guarantee that if you put Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite on the Switch, it will sell more on the Switch than the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One combined. Guarantee it.
I doubt that one. I feel that Marvel vs. Capcom just had bad press. Marketing, bad press.
But let me tell you why. I know it'll sell more. Because through the first months or the first setting that Ultimate Street Fighter 2 came out, sold more than Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. We're talking about a game that's 20 years old that just got like a remake. Sold more than Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite just on the Switch alone. So imagine putting that specific game on the Switch. That's all they got to do. And just give it some marketing deals. Just watch. It'll be sold.
I think it will be. I think, you know, on the Switch it will sell, but as far as more than Xbox, and I don't think so. The thing is, like Marvel vs. Capcom, it just has bad stigma. Similar like Street Fighter 5 before it came out, the stigma was already there. Where it's more people that aren't playing the game is more vocal than the people that are playing. Because the people that's playing this game, they're loving it. They're enjoying it. Nobody's worried about rosters, you know what I mean? Things like, yeah, you're gonna speak on it, you're gonna talk about graphics and the roster. But the people that's playing this game, they're online and they're playing. You get into matches so quick. This is the quickest game I've ever get into matches in a fight of this generation. Quickly. You know why? Because people are playing it. But there's the people that are not playing it. Those are the ones that's going on here on Twitter and taking other people's opinions about whatever, and just running with it and spreading. And people seeing this stuff like, oh, I'm not buying that game because it does this and this and that and this and that. It don't have this character, but they're not buying it just to enjoy a fighting game. I can understand the pull of X-Men characters. I was with people as well, like, yo, damn, you're not gonna have the X-Men. That's gonna be a hard sell. You know what I mean? Not to have the X-Men.
It's hard without Wolverine.
Yeah,
it's hard without Wolverine.
X-Men in general, but you know what I mean? Like I even made fun of Combo Fiend when he said the whole functions thing, right? But now when I'm playing the game, I'm like, yo, I totally understand what it said, because now honestly I'm not even thinking about a Magneto. Yeah, me and Chuck, we brought up Magneto, stuff like that. I was thinking that he's like, yo, Magneto will be like beastly in this game. He probably would. He'd probably be beastly, but as far as how Magneto plays and how he moves, you have characters in the game that does the same thing. You know what I mean? Why people do like the Magneto character as far as how he functions in the game. I'm using function. I'm dead. You know what I mean? But I do understand the argument as well of not having those characters, because that's what Marvel vs. Capcom is supposed to be. It's supposed to be just like this crazy, insane game of, clashing, these two different franchises within a game for them to go at each other. And missing that aspect with a lot of characters, that can hurt the game. But I just feel like when more people, get the game in their hands and more people's actually playing it, then the sales is going to pick up with it. You know what I mean? With the game. But overall, I do think that people's not buying it because it's like, oh, I'm just going to wait for Wolverine characters or the X-Men characters or stuff like that. That's why I think people ain't buying it.
I don't think that's a major factor. I think it just had a bad taste, like that bad taste, and everybody was hyped for it. And you know what makes it even worse? You know what makes it worse? And I pre-ordered this, so I got $5 sitting at my Best Buy right now. I pre-ordered that Ultimate Edition that they had, and I was like, something ain't right about this. It was about a $200 special edition, but Best Buy, my gamer rewards is 20% off, so it been about $180 or whatever. And I just couldn't believe the fact that when I looked at it, all it was for the rings, for the setting for the gauntlet was just lights.
Oh yeah. I canceled that.
Yeah, I canceled it.
I had it pre-ordered on GameStop, and I was just like, nah, man, I'm good with this digital.
That was a bad taste right there. I'm just sitting there, like, I'm thinking in my head, like, if that's the representation that they're doing for that game, like, I just can't imagine how the game's going to be. But I've watched folks stream the game, and I think that it's a playable game. I think that eventually it should. I really hope it takes over Marvel vs. Capcom 3 in these fighting tournaments. To be honest, I'm tired of seeing that game. Tired of seeing it.
To add insult to injury with Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, it was the PS4 version that ranked top 20. It was ranked at 16th place in the UK charts, where the Xbox One version didn't even break top 40.
You know why?
For the game.
You know why? I hate to be blunt about this, and I hate to be mean about it. I don't care how many trophies or achievements you can show me. I don't care. All they care about on there, they don't care about video games. All they care about is sports and shooters. The same shooters, the same sports. That's it. Madden roster upgrade, a 2K upgrade for $60, and the same shooters, same boring. I'm like, come on, man. Like, tweet Phil Spencer, man. Tweet Xbox. Tweet Adams. Tweet those dudes. We got to tweet them.
Yeah.
Let them know. Like they don't see the stuff that you put on Facebook and you just joke with other people about. They don't see that stuff. You got to go directly to the source. And if it gets too bad, if it gets worse, send them some letters. Call some headquarters. No games. What's the point of having a $500 system with no games? It don't make no sense.
Yo,
same
the
shooters.
funny thing about that stuff, yeah, I've been saying this since 2016 with Xbox. I was like, yo, 2017 is gonna look rough.
But did you think it was gonna get that bad? I was big with the 360. Like, I feel like this is just me with any console. Like, if I buy it, I want to be able to play it and invest in it, you know. And I just think that I didn't think it would be that bad in 2017. Like, I can't name any.
Oh no, I thought it was gonna be bad, man. Because like I said, before this year started, I did a live stream, and I was like, this is gonna be a rough year for Xbox. It was in December. I remember doing a live stream in December. I was looking at their list as far as games that's coming out, and I was exclusive, of course. And I was just like, yo, only Halo Wars 2 is listed here.
I forgot all about the game.
And this is when Crackdown. This is when State of Decay 2, CFDs were listed for 2017, but it didn't have no dates. That was that time, and I was like, I don't know, but it's looking rough for Xbox.
But here goes the thing, and I've seen a lot of PlayStation people, not just Nintendo people, even less people, but I've seen a lot of PlayStation people on Twitter and everywhere saying like, hey, Xbox, hey, Capcom, don't put this game. Even with Dragon Ball Z Fighters, they're saying, don't put this game on Xbox. They don't play video games. Put the game on the Switch. It'll get you the sales. And I agree. The only two places that these two games should be playing on should be on the PS4, PC, and the Nintendo Switch. Because they're going to get bought and they're going to get played. Period.
Yo, I said that too, man. Because I said, yo, I have my concerns. I made a live stream. I made tweets and all that. I have my concerns with Dragon Ball Fighters on Xbox, and I'll say I'd rather see it go to the Switch than be on Xbox. Yo, people was upset with me saying that, bro.
You weren't lying. It's the truth. They don't play. The Dragon Ball Z fans will buy that game. The Dragon Ball Z fans will buy that game. But what do you hear a lot about Xbox guys? I don't want to play that Japanese stuff. I don't want to play that anime stuff. I don't want to play that. You know, they don't want to get in that. They feel like they're more of adult gamers on that console. And I'm gonna agree, because the casual people, by all of my casual friends who have never been gamers, the first console that they think about is Xbox One. To be honest, they never think about the PlayStation 4. I have to talk them into getting the PlayStation 4. Like, look, okay, between like the Switch and I like don't get that. What are you looking for? You know, if you're looking more in the entertainment style and the video game style, I don't get that Xbox One. But unless you're just a person that like I'm only going to play FIFA, I'm going to play Madden, 2K, and Call of Duty. That's what I'm going to play. You know. So that, and other than that, they're not looking at these other games at all. And I feel bad, and that's what like frustrates me so much, is that these developers had to like do test and trials with the Switch to see how games are going to sell. And the first game that they used as a decoy was Ultra Street Fighter 2. And I was like, come on, like people got to get forced to buy this game just so developers can have a trust system, you know? And we'll see when Doom drops, that game's going to sell like crazy on the Switch. When Doom drops, you're going to see. And when they show those sales for that, more third parties are going to drop. I guarantee DBZ will drop on that console. But my thing is like, why are they putting it on a console that don't care about video games? All they care about is 4K, and I'm quoting this 4K. All they care about is the 4K. That's it.
Phil went out there and he paid for that deal, that because Xbox has the marketing deal with Dragon Ball Fighters. And the funny thing about it, when it came to the beta, Like, yo, I was searching far and wide to find people that was streaming the beta on Xbox. You know what I mean? Just to see people post up gameplay. The only one I could see was probably Jimmy B Gaming. He was the only one that put up something as far as his impressions on the Xbox side. I'm looking at, yo, where is these people? They're not live streaming this. This game is amazing. Nobody live streaming it. Nothing. It was disappointing, but that's disappointing to see that you know, not even the Xbox version cracked top 20 for Marvel vs. Capcom. But overall, I do think Marvel vs. Capcom is a great game. I personally, I know you're gonna disagree with me, but I personally don't like Pokken Tournament. I feel like it is a fighting game that the pacing is off for me. Like with these phases that goes on with it, I can't get jiggy with that stuff, man.
Have you played it through Wii U or have you played it through Switch style?
Through Wii U. Through the Wii U.
I think you need to play it through the Switch style. Because it's more in the tournament way, and the controller settings for it was just horrible because you had to play with the pad or you had to play with that Wii U Pro controller, and it just wasn't fun. Or you can buy the Pokken controller, which is cool, but it's not the same. But when it's something about that Pro controller setting that just make games just so much better. But also the game has kind of like how the Pokemon series games is. The game has, you know, balances between different Pokemon. They have balances. You have for one balance, like a grab attack can balance out this attack. So it just depends on what style you want to. And it has like that Tekken feel, that kind of like Pokken Tekken, you know, as that. I don't think it really plays like Tekken, to be honest. I think it plays more like Tekken and Xenoverse together. That's what I think it plays more like.
Pin in it because it's a 3D game.
Yeah, but I see more of a Xenoverse with it. But you know, fighting style, like I think the only thing that I agree with you on it is that they're telling me now, because I haven't bought the game yet. I've just played it, but a lot of people that's been in it, they've been saying that, you know, this game is way more competitive than the last version of it. Like you can really dominate someone on the game, and I didn't feel that way with the Wii U version, but they're saying like, no, it's completely different. You can dominate a person now, and like and comparing it to like ARMS, like once you learn ARMS and the same two, like say we're on the same caliber of greatness on that game, you don't see a difference of domination. You know, most of the times with a fighting game, you can figure a person out and push that, and normally that one person to dominate the other one when it comes towards the end. You don't get that with the ARMS. That's how they're breaking it down. But more with Pokken, like if you fight a scrub gonna be a scrub. You're gonna beat the brakes off a scrub. It's not like they had a chance. What I felt more with the Wii U version is that a scrub had a chance. That's what I was looking at. And that kind of irked me a little bit. So I think that, you know, this one right here, they kind of revamped it up a little bit to where, like, if you know somebody's a scrub, you can play them how you want to. Like, I can go easy on them. Or like, okay, I gave them some hope. Let me beat the brakes off of them now. So that's how this one is playing out now. I think that's what you were missing compared to the Switch version of the Wii U version, is that it was probably a dominance thing that you were looking for.
I just feel like the pacing of the game was off. With Pokemon, but you know, I do like Pokemon. I do like the characters. You know, so that was a huge sell for it.
That's one thing I didn't like. I don't like the characters for Pokemon. There's some characters on there I just don't like CQ. Like I don't like that character on there. I think there can be a whole lot better character selection.
Pokemon Tournament, you know, there's characters that people want to be in the game that's not in the game, but yet people are still willing to buy that game and play it just due to the fact that they want to have fun in a fighting game, or, you know, they like the mechanics. Yeah. Whatever. But when it comes to Marvel versus Capcom, people was like, oh, I'm not buying that game because there's no Wolverine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't understand. I don't know if it's Nintendo gamers or it's just, you know, people that just don't game on Nintendo. Like the mindset is just mad different You know,
no, the people on Nintendo, and I can pull up my hour sheets right now that I got of friends that play their games because it show the hours. People put times in the games. Like I've seen people where they've had up to 2,000 hours in Zelda alone, 1,500 hours in Mario Kart. Like they're playing this. Splatoon, got over hundreds of hours in that game. They're playing the game. And it seems like they're enjoying it. That's why I'm saying like this Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite needs to make its way to the Switch. It will get played and it will get bought. Lawbreakers was broke down to where like, was it like only 50 people playing the game where it was dropped down? Like it would drop down low. It was like somebody went and took a knee in an anthem on that game and everybody just left. That's what Lawbreakers was like. Like nobody's playing now. Like y'all want some people to play the game? Put it on the Switch.
I don't think Lawbreakers is a good game.
That could possibly be
regardless of what platform it was, because I played the beta and I was just like, I don't know what it is. Like I like Overwatch, the flow or pacing better. Like this game, it felt something weird.
Well, you know why it went on the Switch is because there's no Overwatch on the Switch. So it's going to be a sub, kind of like they're going to put that fake Smash Brothers game on the Switch later this year because there's not going to be any. There's no Smash Brothers. No, not Brawlhalla. I don't think it's Brawlhalla. Brawlhalla is going to go to PlayStation 4, I believe.
Yeah, Brawlhalla was fun, bro. That's a good game.
And I think that's the game that PlayStation All Star should have been was Brawlhalla. But I think that they're putting a different game on the Switch and it's going to get bought and it's going to get played, but it ain't Smash Brothers. It's not the same. So that I look. Pokken will be big in tournaments. It's going to be a tournament game. It was E3, wasn't it? Shouldn't have been E3. I believe it was E3. This is the Wii U version.
Wasn't E3. You talking about Evo? I don't know if it was
Evo, not E3. Evo.
No, I don't think it was that. Maybe it was not. It wasn't that.
It wasn't a major title for Evo. It wasn't.
They probably was playing. I think it was playing casuals at Evo because the main games was the Smash games because remember they had the fan voted. It did beat out Killer Instinct though. I think it came in. It was a game called Marvel vs. Capcom 1, Marvel vs. Capcom 3 1, but Pokken was right underneath it. So they had Marvel instead of Pokken at the at Evo.
Have you played Killer Instinct before, right? I know you had an Xbox One before. Played that before.
I play I think Killer Instinct is a good game. I feel like it is like buttons heavy, like as far as like you're pressing the same kind of buttons and
you know what Killer Instinct is like? Killer Instinct is like when you and your homeboys and y'all out just partying or whatever, or everybody drinking this football game and somebody just talking trash, like, oh, you got Killer Instinct, run my fade in it, and nobody's never played the game before, so they hop on Killer Instinct, and Killer Instinct is like that teen mom that gives you some hope and that you can do stuff, that you're real good at certain stuff, like it gives you a whole bunch of hope.
It gives you instant gratification
because you can push certain buttons and all of a sudden, you feel like you've mastered the game already. That's what like me and Jamil, we both suck at the game. We had a losers brawl for it, and it looked like people, like my girlfriend was watching it like, dang, you look like you pretty good. And they go like, man, I'm mashing so many damn buttons in this game. It's just stuff just popping up. It's just popping up.
It's when to mash the buttons.
And I'm like, I like this is not a game that is not tournament style. It's not a tournament game to me. That's just how I look at it. Like
Killer Instinct, I think it was a good game, but my issue was just finding that character. I did find that character. That mummy dude, I liked him a lot. He was pretty good.
I liked him. Him and what's the girl in the yellow? What's her name?
Maya or
Maya? I think it's her name. Maya.
Orchid.
That's the one.
Classic character.
Yeah, with her.
Moving along though. Let me see what we got. Let's do the comparison stuff. Then we go into a topic. This is just basically as far as just a question. I asked Zobi as well, so I'm going to ask you. You know what I mean? out of the big three, I don't play on PC. I don't think you play on PC as well.
No,
Out of the big three, who do you feel is catering to their fan base the most? Because I was looking at just this week's releases for PS4, the Switch, and Xbox. Mm-hmm. And on the PS4 side, it is looking pretty strong. On the Switch side, they getting like 18 new games
in 1 week.
And then on the Xbox side, it was a little sparse over there, man. You know what I mean?
Backwards compatibility. Yeah,
more backwards compatibility, and people's padding backwards compatibility on as far as games, on the list. But Xbox this week, right? It's Cuphead, Pinball FX3, a Runer, Lightfield, the Batman Episode 2 game, FIFA 18, Forza Motorsport, the Ultimate Edition, the version that you got to spend $100 for to play the game early. So I don't know if I should really count that, but it is what it is. Syndrome, Lith M Splasher, and Battle Garga Rev 2016. The Switch got a lot of. Oh, is there a commercial going? Oh, the Switch got Golf Story. I'm not even gonna list off all the Switch stuff because it's a pretty decent size game.
It's a big lineup. It's
not like new stuff, but it's new towards that platform. Mm-hmm. And PlayStation got a lot of games as well coming out. A lot of games that people might call it Jap crap or whatever. But who do you think overall is catering to their fan base as far as keeping their fan base busy, as far as providing the games that particular fan base is going to like? Who do you think is nailing that so far this year?
No fanboyism. Nintendo is. Because let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. I'm a Splatoon player. I love Splatoon. I love that game. Okay, and you don't have to bring out anything else out for the rest of the year, and I'm happy with what I got to play, flat out. So you got other games that's dropping this year. You got Xenoverse that just brought the Dragon Ball Z community over. You got Pokken that just brought a Pokemon community over on the go. You got FIFA. Oh man, hey, I've been hearing that FIFA physically, not the U.S. but in other countries, the physical copies that the game has been sold out. People can't even buy the physical copies. They've been buying them up. This not in the U.S. but like in Canada and Europe. Mm-hmm. I've been hearing that people can't even get the game. It's just been sold out. And like stuff like that, like even more like Sin Mora X that just came out. You can't buy it physically. It's sold out. They're I think per the fan base that you're getting per games, and they're spread out so good with Nintendo. Xenoblade 2 is going to drop, and this is following. The story is following from the Wii version, not the Wii U. They're following from the Wii version, so people are eager to play that. These games they're breaking out like different barriers and stuff, like and just little knack games like Super Mario Bros. Where you play against each other. Like even though it's $8, I don't know why it's that damn much money. People are buying those games. Yeah. People buying those games, and they're like the little quirky games, the Neo Geo graphic games that people look forward to. The old school, the back in my day, we used to have this game. We had this Contra. We had this Metal Slug. We had this game. Guess what? Nintendo Neo Geo, they're putting them on there. There you go. You're happy. They're even putting cell phone games on there for some damn reason. I don't know why. But demographic wise, towards the gamer, I think Nintendo is doing it the most this year. That's why I'm afraid of 2018. I'm so afraid of 2018 with Nintendo right now. But 2017, they're killing it game wise, killing it. Oh, and how can I forget? How can I forget the major system seller that's going to drop next month? Mario Odyssey.
What game is that?
How can I forget that? Mario Odyssey.
What's Mario? I don't know. I never heard of
that. Hey, man, look, you post something like that on Twitter, man. Hey, they go have pitchforks wait for you outside your house, man. Don't do that.
Nintendo fanboys, they don't even know what's coming, man. I've been peeping Nintendo guys, like there's a resurgence going on here with Nintendo guys, man, and they don't understand, man, what's coming, what JayBari got in store.
Hey, I meant to ask you this too, and I forgot to ask you this a while ago, but Nintendo don't do console war, okay? You know this already, right? They've already stated like, hey, we're going with the Switch. It's portable and dock mode. So we're not doing console war. We don't care for your power. We just care about the video games and how they play and their quality. Okay, so we know that. But the third parties are here now. Doom is here. Okay, Wolfenstein's coming. LA Noire is going to run at 1080 in the dock mode. That's what it so frustrates me when people say, well, it's a handheld system. It's not a handheld system. It's not. I mean, well, it's just a handheld. Like, it's not a handheld. It's 1080. It's not running 1080 in handheld. It's running 720 in handheld. Okay, these games are coming now, and these are tester games, tester games that they're going to put out on these consoles. Which one do you feel? Okay, and I'm not going off of like what can play Netflix, which I hear that Netflix is coming to the Switch as well. Which one do you feel like you're more in competition with now when it comes to these games? Nintendo or Xbox? You as more of a primary PlayStation gamer.
As far as I've been said it, I feel like when it comes to competition, is more so with Nintendo than Xbox. I feel like Xbox, I don't know what the hell they're doing, man. Like
they just there. Like I watch WWE Network on there, and I watch DVDs, and that's it.
Yeah, like I don't see. It's not like I don't want PlayStation to get complacent, but I don't see nothing PlayStation have to worry about when it comes to Xbox. Not even that console. My biggest thing is that now there's a lot of games that were exclusive to PlayStation, especially the smaller, RPG type games that I will play. They're moving to Nintendo Switch as well. So when it comes to PlayStation and how their marketing plan is, as far as their business plan when it comes to that, they like to lock up certain third-party games, so you got to get a PlayStation to play that. But with Nintendo now coming into that ballpark, they're taking a lot of those games away, like Disgaea, Dragon Quest, you know what I mean? There was I Am Setsuna, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Which I doubled on that because that game's
the Japanese market, the market that, and I was just saying that because I don't know what PlayStation has coming out for the rest of 2013 after NAC 2, but Xbox has Cuphead, and they have what's that game with the rat? What's that game?
Super Lucky Tales.
Super Lucky Tale. And you think about it, Cuphead and Super Lucky Tale, the hardcore Xbox fans, they're not buying those games. They're not going to play those games. They've already said that they're not going to play Cuphead. They don't want to play it. Nintendo, they finna drop, man. They finna drop some heat. Look at it. The Golf Story. You can't tell me you don't want to play Golf Story, JayBari.
I definitely don't want to play that.
You can't tell. That's an RPG Golf Story. How do you not want to play that?
Honestly, I'll rather play the golf game, Hot Shot Golf.
Hot Shot Golf. I don't think they're the same though. Hot Shot Golf, is that an RPG style of game? I mean,
you do level up. You have your own little career. It's not like RPG as far as story wise, but
yeah, it has RPG. JayBari, all right, so this is an RPG game. You mean tell me that if it dropped on the PlayStation 4, you wouldn't play that game?
Nah, I would.
$20.
I would. Yeah, honestly, I didn't even know about this game until I seen a tweet from Zobi talking about this is better than any PlayStation game. I was like, what the hell is it?
Hey, look, what you do to the other console gamers, that's what Zobi be doing to y'all, man.
Listen, Zobi knows. Zobi can't troll better than Bari, man.
Hey, man, look, man. I seen Zobi single-handedly think that Zaire had them thinking that he was an Xbox fan.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
Don't tell me he can't out-troll nobody. He had them. He was all in their camp. You know who he didn't fool? He didn't fool me. You know what I know what Zobi is? Zobi is a PlayStation gamer. Period. You can't fool me. Even as a Nintendo fan, you can't fool me. I'm not fooled. Okay. These games like that Golf Story is going to be a good game coming out. We know this. You know the FIFA with the big sales. You know what else coming out this month? Coming out tomorrow, I believe. What's it? 27th or 28th?
Today's the 28th.
28th. So tomorrow, One Piece is coming out tomorrow.
Yo, but I got that game on my Vita.
Yes,
that's what I'm talking about. Like that game was a PlayStation, like Vita exclusive. Now it's going to the Switch. It's coming to PS4 too. They're gonna have a PS4 version. But that's why I'm saying that. That's why I think PlayStation, their major competition is Nintendo. I know Andrew House came out. He said some stupid ass quote about they don't look at the Nintendo as like competition. I think that's bull.
Well, you know why they said that. I'm glad you admit that too. I'm as a PlayStation gamer and as just a gamer in general. I'm glad you admit that. You know.
Nah. Of course, I think that was BS. You know what I mean? But that is to me. You're saying that they're competition, but you don't want to acknowledge them because they're doing really well. You know what I mean? So you don't want to continue that acknowledgement. Like, yeah, Nintendo. You don't want to do what Phil Spencer's doing. Like, yeah, PlayStation got a great lineup. And all their Xbox fanboys is buying PlayStation. I'm seeing everybody posting up their PlayStation. You know what I mean? Because their daddy Phil's telling them that the PlayStation lineup is amazing. It's immaculate. You know what I
mean? With what games? That's all I got to say with not PlayStation. Sorry, with when you mentioned Phil Spencer, like he can't talk and he just got a promotion, and I'm trying to figure out why. I'm trying to figure out why he got a promotion.
Put that promotion up there. I don't understand why he got a promotion either, man. Because, like I said, he did a great job as far as turning the name around with Xbox One. But right now, that was good at that moment. But what are you doing now? Like right now, this dude has been telling you. He just had an interview that people just want to mindfully just forget that this dude just told you guys that you're going to be waiting a couple of years to get like new IPs. Do anybody not forget that interview? Like, it was just last year when he said that. I'm like, and people was like, oh, nah, man, the games is coming, man. The games is coming. And you know what I mean? Like then I look at the Xbox One X, I think the Xbox One X is gonna be a beast console. But when I look at the exclusive standpoint of why I get a console, you know what I mean? I'm like, yo, these games don't look like really that good because I watch everything for Xbox on 4K TVs in my home. You know what I mean? I'm just looking at it like, yeah, it looks clean, but graphically it don't look good. Like State of Decay don't look good to me graphically. It looks all right, but it don't look good.
State of Decay has never looked good graphically. If you look at it, and they showed this on the what was it, the mixer that you use with that? I don't know if I'm pulling the echo right now.
No, not pulling the echo. I didn't use I just watched it straight from the YouTube.
No. If you watched it on Mixer, they did look good. But here goes the problem. State of Decay wasn't made for graphics. Which is a really good game. Like if you miss out on State of Decay, I honestly think you're missing out on video games.
No, I'm interested. Really I'm just talking about the graphical.
Yeah, no. But the graphics look like a third grader drew the face. Let's be honest. They look like third grader drew the faces on the characters.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I think that's poor, and it's poor representation. Xbox needs to, you know why they're not close to anything right now. They can bring out all the third-party games that they want to, but here goes the solid thing, because the hardcore Xbox fans, they gonna buy that console because yeah man, Xbox man, yeah man, you always got those fans, you always got those. Xbox needs to drop games that cater directly to 4K on the Xbox One and not let them be allowed on the PC for gaming. That's the only way I'll be like, okay, I can only play this on Xbox One. Oh, they got 3 games on Xbox One that I can play that's only on Xbox One. Let me get an Xbox One and play those, They don't have nothing like that. Nothing.
Yeah.
So
I do agree with that, because just like, yo, I give kudos when you do offer I like diversity in the lineup. So me as a PlayStation guy looking at Xbox and what they putting out, you know what I mean? It's good that they're doing it. It's just whether the games is going to be appealing to you or not. But just overall looking at it from a platform, you want to offer your diversity, but you also gotta cater to your fan base as well. So I never really argue with people as far as, oh, Xbox always offering Halo, Gears, and Forza. I mean, I'm like, yo, they should. You know what I mean? That's what their fan base is actually buying. They're not buying the Quantum Breaks, the Sunset Overdrives, and all that stuff. You know what I mean? But it's still good that they're offering it. But I just don't know how this guy got no promotion, man. I don't know, man. But as far as catering to the fan base, you already know. I'm going to say PlayStation. I do think the Switch, Nintendo is doing a great job, though. You know what I mean? As far as catering to their fan base.
Yeah.
But the onslaught of games that PlayStation offer, I don't think they can even come close. You know, Nintendo's doing a great job, but it's damn well every week there's a new exclusive of PlayStation. And
well, can I counter that really quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I disagree. Every single week, there's a new game for the Switch, like a brand new game every week. So same thing. That's what I'm saying. It's really a matter. It's only against Switch and PlayStation 4. Like the Xbox is obsolete. Like I don't even honestly know why I'm even talking about the Xbox.
Like
now,
Nintendo, all right, check it. Like Nintendo, they're offering. Let me see what they're offering. Say they will offer something like Pokken, right? Pokken was new last week or whatever, 2 weeks ago or whatever, right? Yeah, that's one game. But like with PlayStation, you getting like 4 exclusive games that's offered in these weeks. And the thing is, like, yo, there's times where I would look at my library and I'm like, yo, damn, I got these games pre-ordered, and like, yo, there's 3 games dropping on one day. You know what I mean? It's a constant barrage. There's games right now from the beginning of the year that I have backlog to catch up with, because there's still games that's pumping out. Like Yeez 8 just came out, and I'm playing that. I got like 40 hours in that. You know what I mean? I still got to go back to like Persona 5 and all that stuff. I got 40 hours in that. You know what I mean? It's like, it's mad shit.
Yeah, it's different, you know, different demographic in game. I'm about to pull up my eShop right now, but it's all about what you want to play and how you gonna play it. Because
this is my reason too. This is my reason too. On the like that's the PlayStation base, you know, system they're offering games, but that's not the only thing that PlayStation is offering games on. There's also the people that it's in VR. Remember, everybody was like, "Oh, I don't know about VR because I don't know if PlayStation gonna support it." Yo, there's like a new VR game every damn week. You know what I mean? That's out here, and I feel like that is, as far as game releases, that's a very good pace as well. For those people that's worrying about if there's going to be support and all that stuff, there's still games that's coming out that it didn't even touch yet. Like I got pre-ordered the Until Dawn prequel called The Impatient. You know, in that asylum that they were in, there's a VR game that's going to be in that asylum in Until Dawn.
I have a question. Do you guys have a game called a Demo on the PlayStation 4?
A demo?
Yeah, it's called Demo.
Oh, I don't know.
It's just different games that's dropping. Like I know you guys got Sin Mora on there, stuff like that. But like I'm looking at like this recent release. Like here goes one thing that is hard, and it's with Nintendo because they need to update this ASAP. Is that they drop so many games that you can lose sight of a game. Like right now, 2K18 is the game that they're going to lose off of the new releases, and it just kind of came out for them for digital. So it's going to move off of the new release date, and they don't have categories where you can be like sports, fighters, and stuff like that. Like they don't have categories where you can go into. I think that's going to hurt them a lot. But at the same time, like bestseller wise, like they're here, and these games are on here. I'm looking at Mario, Rabbids, like in sale, even Sonic. Like you want to know something funny, and it's a third party game. the best seller, and it's been the best seller for like ever since it came out. The best seller on the Nintendo Switch right now, beating even Dragon Ball Z and Sonic, and it even beat Pokken Tournament. The best seller right now is NBA 2K 2018 on the Switch. The numbers are speaking right now, big time, and I think that's real big for third party. They're going to jump on the Switch train real big.
I do think the third party is definitely something that they've been tackling and they've been doing a good job on.
But I'm saying quirky games though, like the games that like nobody cares, because PlayStation had these games. I think Xbox had these games, but then again, it's Xbox, like nobody cares. But it's the games that nobody's talking about that you see that you're ready to play in the store. Both of those, you have those games on the PlayStation 4, and then when I'm looking at it in my eShop, I have those games available for me on the Switch, to where I can just jump into a new game. I can jump into Golf Story or The Butcher, games like those, and Versus. I can jump into these type of games. That these are, some of these games I feel should be free, but there's a whole bunch of different new games that's always on here all the time. So like I can go to the view all, and there's always something new that's on here. That's every week, like there's an update. And the thing about it, like you can go to the coming soon portion of it, and they never show too many things. Like they got Axiom Verge coming out next week. What else is coming out? Yeah, Tiny Barbarian is coming out the week after.
The Switch is doing a great job when it comes to third party, getting some of these games, but it can't compete with PlayStation and Xbox. There's just too much as far as third party. Like they're missing out on. Like there's the Vampire game that's not going to be on Switch. Yeah. They got Dragon's Dogma coming back out here. That's not going to be on Switch. I know a wrestling is going to be on there. Assassin's Creed, you know what I mean? Like games like that. If they start getting games like that, like Switch versions, I think now people's going to be like, "All right, yo."
Well, you know what it is. This year, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen this year for sure. I expect it to happen next year. This year, they've been using like other third-party games as testers to see how they're going to sell, and they've been selling well. And I think they're like, "Look, we can even put a way less powerful version than the Xbox One and PS4 on the Switch, as long as it's playing and running well, that it's playable, it's going to get bought and people are going to play them." Because NBA Live to be the number one seller on the Switch over Pokken Tournament, that's a lot. That's
NBA Live is on the Switch.
Not NBA Live, NBA 2K. My bad. No, NBA Live should be free everywhere. That should be a free to play game, and I don't think nobody's going to play that for free. But I think that for 2K to be on the Switch and it's number one over Pokken and even over Overcooked, like that's a popular game on the Switch right now. Overcooked, I think that's a number speaking right there. Ultra Street Fighter 2, the numbers spoke on that. Xenoverse 2, the numbers are speaking on those right now. So I think by next year, those games will finally start coming over to the Switch. They'll be like, we got a market on the Switch. Dragon Ball Z Fighters, if they want some money, put it on the Switch. It looks like it can be a Switch title. I think also they're also waiting for Nintendo to fix their online system, because Nintendo's working on that right now. So I think that's what they're also looking for too. So it's just different things, but it's coming. Game wise, you just can't, game wise, just demographically through the Nintendo gamers, like I don't know what to buy. Like I feel like if I spend money on this game, I'm not going to play it because I got too many games to play on the console. Yeah. And not just too many games, but too many quality games that's just taking up my time. I can go 6 hours straight in Splatoon 2 and like it was nothing, just in it. Lost in the game.
I know what I'm going to be on tomorrow, man. That's going to be that Gundam versus.
Look, that might make me. I might have to fire back up the PlayStation for that. That one looks good.
I'm a huge Gundam dude, man. So
yeah, Even if you're not a Gundam person, that's I think that's just the game to play.
Just them bringing this to the US, it just made me happy.
It's big. Like, I think that's going to bring I think that's going to get a lot of gameplay. I think a lot of people are going to buy that and play that. I think games like that hurt Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
I mean, Gundam Versus is going to be very niche. You know what I mean? It's going to be like here. It might not be as popular with Japan, like probably other areas. It's going to be. It's going to be.
Well, you got to try it, and they're trying it, and I think a lot of people, and you know, back me up on this one. A lot of people have been pressing for a Gundam game on these consoles for a long time. They've been waiting,
sure,
and now it's here. So I think, and that's going to also help. Is it only on PlayStation?
Yeah, it's PlayStation 4 exclusive.
That game alone might sell some PlayStations.
Yeah, this game has mad content, yo. It's like over 100 and something Gundams, and then there's the support, you know, little drones that they're gonna have in there that's coming to attack the attackers, whatever they call it. It's gonna be a I already got my favorites lined up. You know, the beta got really good impressions. Sadly that we couldn't like capture gameplay or stream it, but we'll see how the final version game is. But yeah, it's gonna be a movie, man. This one's gonna be a movie. I can't wait for it. Yo, I just want to say this real quick. Anybody that is participating in the Street Fighter V tournament this weekend, check-ins has begun. So if you guys are participating, don't forget to check in, because if you don't check in, you won't be able to participate. So check-ins is finally available for the tournament. So go to the challenge website and check in. I'm gonna place it right here in the chat. But yo, Deshaun, man, anything else you want to say? Or we're gonna get into the outros. We pretty much
I think
I was gonna go into the mind of your own. But yo, just having we going back and forth and disagreeing. I just already, you know what I mean? I already know that you have a mind of your own. You know what I mean? It's not like,
oh yeah,
you're going with the popularities things. Yo, you really like was professing that switch, and yo, they got the lineup and they got the games that cater to their fans. You know what I mean? I don't think we have to get into that, man, because you're already displaying that you got a mind of your own, and that's one thing I can respect about gamers is having a mind of their own instead of just going with what's popular of what everybody else is saying.
Well, that's how I always felt with gamers in general. I feel like if you just feel one track biased towards and you won't even give another one a try, you can give it a try, but like I can honestly say this with Xbox. Like I love Xbox. Like I like it. I put a lot of money in that Xbox, you know, but it's not giving me the time to be like, if everybody like, what should I get, a PlayStation 4 or an Xbox? The first thing I'm gonna tell them is get a Switch. That's the first thing I'm gonna tell them. And then I was like, okay, well, what are you looking for in that? Like, you want the DVD players and all that stuff? You want all the stuff you can stream and stuff? Like, yeah. Like, okay, now are you a casual gamer where you're just gonna play shooters and basketball and Madden? Or are you going to actually play video games? So like, well, I'm going to play video games. So like, okay, get a PlayStation 4. Like if you just going to play Madden with your homeboys at the house or 2K with your homeboys at the house, get an Xbox One. That's how I look at it.
You know what's funny about that? Even with those games on the Xbox is not even like where most of the people playing it. Like, yeah, most of the people playing it probably that we converse with. But when you look at it overall, like more people was buying those games on PlayStation. You know, when it comes to 2K, Madden, every year is beating out Xbox on. People just not buying as much games as on Xbox. I don't know what it is, man. Because when you just, I know
what it is. Me and Chuck already explained this. We've been explaining it, and people just don't. I mean, we've been explaining this for like almost a whole year, and people just don't want to listen to us. Okay, the Xbox brand, he wants to play on Xbox. He wants to play. I want to play on Xbox. But the Xbox brand, what is the point of owning it when you don't have any? You have to have other games. You have to have other games to to make someone be like, okay, I want to stick primarily to Xbox because they have this game, plus the third-party games.
Yeah.
Best way I can explain that is if Nintendo and Xbox combined and Nintendo brought their games over to Xbox, then Xbox to me would be the better console choice to be for a gamer choice. That's the best way I can explain that, because Nintendo go provide the first party type of games that everybody wants to play, and then you got the third parties that the Xbox machine can play. So that's the only way I can explain something like that. But PlayStation does all of that. They got their games. You got the PlayStation TV and all that stuff. You got those things going on, and then the only thing I don't like is the PlayStation Now. I don't like that. You got the VR. I'm not a fan of the VR, but they got it. You got crossplay with the Vita. You can use that, and that's what the PlayStation did. That's what they were talking about. Like, we got the Vita. I don't think we're in competition with the Switch because some of the games you could already crossplay via Vita. And then they got the third party, and to make it even worse, they have the marketing for the third party, and they get things first for these third parties, different packs and stuff for the third party. So it comes in as like, what is the point of firing up a Xbox One? I think a lot of people buy their sports on Xbox One just because the competition level on the Xbox One is a little bit more serious. But other than that, because like I said, only people they think Xbox when they buy Madden and 2K. That's what they think. Other than that, there's no reason. So I understand why PlayStation is killing market, because you can't just focus on one type of game. You can't just focus on shooters and stuff like that. Like, you have to cater to everyone, and I think PlayStation caters to every type of person. Like, they got games that can draw a Nintendo gamer over to play the games. They got games that can draw an Xbox gamer over to play the games. I think Nintendo got games that can draw the PlayStation gamer over to play their games. I don't think they have games that they can draw the Xbox gamer over to play their games, but they have games that make the PlayStation gamer come over and play the games. I don't think Xbox has any games that can draw the Nintendo gamers or the PlayStation gamers over to play their games. The only game I could think of that they might have Nintendo gamers coming over to play would be Super Lucky Tail. That's it. I don't see anything else. Are you still there? Hello?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, like stuff kind of as far as I game I play on Xbox, but I don't know if anybody out there gonna play it. But yo, man, once again, man, definitely appreciate you coming through, man. I know it's been a while. Since we even like chopped it up or anything like that. But it was good having a different perspective. That's one of the main things I was aiming for the show. I was like, yeah, I know Deshaun go hard with that Switch. I definitely want to see his mind on how things is going, especially this generation. You sound like you're happy with the Switch, man. You were a little quiet with the Wii U though.
I wasn't quiet in the first stages of it, but when there was a time when the Wii U was just like the Xbox. Like, what do you guys have coming out? Like, literally, what game do you have coming out? I think the last big title that they had come out was Xenoblade 2. And that was it. I was like, what? Like, that's it? That's all we got? So it seemed like they gave up on the console. They knew what they were going to work towards. That's what it seemed like. They just changed
the name, in my opinion. No, I'm joking. I ain't gonna troll y'all yet, man. Don't worry, it's coming though.
You can bring it. I'm always ready for that. Always ready. I sit there looking like, look, I want to see who's gonna bite it. Now I look in the comment sections, be like, look who's gonna bite for this.
Oh no, there's a few people biting. There's one dude, man. He always comment. I don't know his name. He's like Gamer Head, something like that. This dude be triggered, bro.
I looked at Darian. It was funny. He was trying to trigger the PlayStation, PC, and the Switch community. Nintendo community. And I know he put for the Nintendo thing. He was like, what good is owning the console that's only going to run 30 frames per second? And I'm sitting there thinking like, shit, like I've been playing on the Switch, been running at 60 frames a second and at 1080. I like, you know what? Like, and you know, the PlayStation guys went on defense. Like, you got some of those PlayStation guys, they went crazy on portion of it. And,
my whole thing with that whole frames per second stuff is like, yo, I always like I don't care if a game is in 30 or 60. Yeah, if you know there's if they gave me like a choice to do it, yeah, I most likely I'll prefer 60 to play.
Mm-hmm.
But as long as the game is smooth, like a game like Knack, right? Knack 2 came out. You had the choice between playing 60 frames per second, or 30 frames per second with 4K stuff. You know what I played it in? I played it in the 4K stuff because visually it just looked better. I was like, yo, it's taking advantage of my TV. So I played the game in 30 frames per second. Same thing like Hellblade. I played that game in 30 frames per second because I wasn't, as long as the game is stable, you know what I mean? Like I can notice little frame drops here and there. You know, if a game is like chugging and I see like little like, hitches here and there, I can notice that it could take you away from the experience with certain stuff. But if the game is just basically, if the game is running smooth and I'm not having no issues as far as like it's messing up my gameplay, I'm perfectly fine with that. And I think most console gamers are fine with that. It's just these PC dudes that basically is migrating over to the console side of things, or they're migrating back to consoles. They're like, oh man, this game is not in 60 frames per second. This is atrocious. You know what I mean? And now these console gamers is cultivated to think that everything got to be in 60 frames, like how PC guys games were gaming. Like I said, I'm not saying that it's bad to have it in 60 frames. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that if the game is just running stable, I'm Gucci. You know what I mean? I'm Gucci. I always said that. Yeah, I remember when in Bang Bang and other groups, everybody was like, which one you rather have, 720p 60 frames or 1080p 30? And you know what answer I always said? 1080p 30. I don't change my mind for nobody. I always say res matter. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, yeah, I care about resolution as well. But as long as it's a stable, res, 30. If the developer want to put their game in 30, I'm not complaining. Like, oh man, this game should have been in 60. I'm not complaining. Is it running good? That's all I care.
Nothing can be worse than Assassin's Creed Unity. When I played that, before they patched it, I played that. I was like, nothing could ever run worse than this. Never.
That game was a mess. That game was running at 30, and you could just already tell, like, yo, that was the switching all over.
It was worse than 30. It was worse than 30. They wanted to lock it. They locked it to where it was at 30, but it was running at 14, and it was just horrible. Like it was a horrible game.
That was running bad. But that's just my thoughts on that. Yeah, but yo, man, let's get into your outro, man. You got any shout outs you want to do, anything like that?
I'm gonna go ahead and give a shout out to my We Game Here crew. They still going strong playing games. I hop in the Discord chat, say what's up. Hop in there sometimes, JayBari, say what's up to because I'm a Nintendo gamer. We ain't got no chat progress going on right now, so we in the Discord, bro.
Yo, a lot of people invite me to Discord. I'm just not like the Discord dude. Like I have Discord only for like the online arcade, just to let people know like, hey, matches is up and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like I tried Discord before where I was just in people other chats, and it was just too much going on. Like I was like, nah, I'm good.
I think it's good for communities. Like I see you guys got a lot of fighting game communities going on and stuff. I think it's good for communities. Like you can even integrate the Xbox brand or the Switch brand and like have like your own type of Discord chat that'll help you. And this is just something I'm gonna give you like that I think you should do is that, especially podcast wise, I think you going up on the podcast. I think it's going to happen. I tell people to listen to you, doing this. I think you should try and push to get your podcasts on Apple as well too. But I think you should have that way you can have like your own style of discourse, so you can keep your fan base in there that follow you, and it's just easier to keep tabs of what you're going to do. That way, if you ever had to go from YouTube and go to Switch, get bigger, go to Switch and everything like that, got a Patreon and stuff, is easier to communicate. I see a lot of people use Discord for Patreon. Like, hey, my Patreon supporters, if you want to talk to me directly, different things, they're just different settings. So that's what I think that's good for as well. Other than that, hey man, look, I ain't been on YouTube in a while. I plan on getting back to it, but I got a lot of life stuff going on right now, so I doubt it's going to happen at this time. But I'm very active on Twitter, and if I catch you talking some crazy stuff, I will be quick to at you about it. So just go ahead and follow me on Twitter at YoSahop, YoSahop. Go ahead and at me on that, and then pretty active. You follow me, I'll follow you back. I'm one of those type of people. Other than that, that's all the shout outs that I got.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. I definitely have your Twitter handle in the description. I didn't know if I wanted to put your YouTube on there. I haven't seen you put up a video in like 5 years or something like that. I don't know what's going on.
No, it's been about a couple of years, but I'll be back. I'm pulling one of them Zobies. Remember when Zobi was off for almost like 3-4 years? It just came back out of nowhere. Like, this fool's still making videos. It's fun. You gotta reprogram your mind on how you want to get into it. I need to get me a new laptop that way, because one thing that's for sure, and I'm not lying on this one, is that you could talk all the games you want to. You could put your face on a video all you want to and talk all the games you want to. But people want to make sure, and I think should be a qualification. People want to make sure that you're playing your video games and that you're actually gaming. They want to see you gaming. That's what they want to do. So I need to get a laptop.
Well, certain fan bases want to make sure. Some other fan bases, they don't really care if you're gaming or not.
Ooh, what fan? I know you short on the time, but what fan base is that?
The Xbox gamers, they don't care if you're playing the game or not. You know what I mean? I think
it's more than I think.
If you don't play the game and talk about it, Xbox side.
I think they also aren't good at the games either, but that depending on what game it is, I don't think that they're that good at the games either, and a lot of them get exposed. They want you to play games that they're really good at, that they know nobody else will ever play, and then they play you and beat you on those and want bragging rights, but they ain't gonna play in the games that everybody plays, because I don't think they're that good at the games. But except for Madden, they got a lot of Madden players on Xbox, but I don't consider those video games. But yeah, that's more of my shout outs, man. Follow me on Twitter. I'm Twitter active. I like Twitter.
But yeah, like I said, man, the Twitter handle's in the description. So just make sure you guys go and click the link. I know a lot of Nintendo guys gonna be following you now. Because they was like, yeah, man, I like this guy, right? I like this guy.
I need that. I don't know who Frozen Magma is, but I think he just followed me. He must be one of your people that's listening to you.
Yeah, Frozen cool people. That's
I got him. I got the follow back for him,
Yeah. But yeah, man, like I said, man, it's the JayBari Show. Just sharing my 2 cents. Sometimes, I bring a guest on here. You never know who is gonna be on until the day of the show. Sometimes I like to leave little hints and surprises and stuff like that. But just want a reminder with the challenge, the Street Fighter V tournament. If you guys have signed up, don't forget to check in. Check-in is going to be closing on Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern time. Pretty much the matchups that you see right there is pretty much finalized. But just take note that, people don't check in. And the website process all the check-ins. There's going to be some adjustments to the matchups. But right now, that is pretty much the matchups that's going to be taking place for the tournament. If everybody check in. Also, there's going to be Marvel vs. Capcom tournament in October, and that will be the final, the online arcade tournament for the year. That's the final official online tournament for the year. We're gonna have like grudge matches and open lobby stuff, but that is gonna be the final official tournament as we prepare for 2018 and all the other new fighting games on there, and the old ones that throughout the year that just passed. We're planning for those tournaments in 2018. So the online arcade, we're gonna be gone as far as official tournaments for the end of the year, but we will be back in 2018. You know, heavily gonna be back in 2018 for these tournaments. So don't leave, don't go anywhere, guys. Don't go anywhere. We are here. We're gonna have, like I said, open lobbies, grudge matches. We're still going to communicate with everybody when it comes to online arcade. There's also the Discord as well. So, you know what I mean? If you guys are participating in the tournament or you just want to, you know, fighting game enthusiasts, you know, definitely join up on that. Also tune in tomorrow. There's going to be a grudge match for Injustice 2, Big Mike versus Gaming with Persona. That's going to be happening at 8 p.m. Eastern time. That's going to be a movie. So you don't want to miss that one. Also on Saturday, Mind of a Gamer podcast is going to be happening at 11 a.m. Eastern time. So make sure you guys check that podcast out. I think I got to put the description in the I got to put a link in the description to Persona's channel. If you guys want to just click on that and just subscribe, definitely go over there and check that podcast out. You got to, I think they say start your morning off with Mog in the morning. I think that's, I don't want to butcher the lingo over there, but you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, definitely go check them out, man. Mind of a Gamer. And this weekend, if you're not participating in Street Fighter V, definitely come through to the channel. It will be live. It will be hosted here on this channel. Street Fighter V Final Bout II. Right now we got 47 people that signed up. So yeah, it's gonna be a long tournament, man. So Saturday and Sunday, we're gonna be keeping you entertained. My man Chuck, co-hosting as well. You know how we do in the Street Fighter V streets when it comes to the online arcade. So yeah, definitely come and check that out, man. It's gonna be some great matches, some great Street Fighter V action. But yeah, man. With that being said, episode 6, A Mind of Your Own, is in the books. And we go. Deuces.
West Side.
Oh, yeah, drop the West Side.
Yeah.